So, we're playing Spark the Electric Jester 3 because, well, technically speaking, it did get the most views out of all the clips that we had when we discussed it.
Well, even more than the if men disappeared one.
Okay, well, yes, that one got more, but there's no video game for that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, okay. So we got some stuff we can talk about, and we're going to play Spark the Electric Jester on something I just realized existed, Hardcore Jester.
I'm sure we won't even get past level 1.
I'll probably get past.
Hardcore Jester is just a tutorial of the Cuphead.
Tutorial Cuphead. Oh man, you know what? That's a good discussion topic. We should talk about the fact that critics kind of suck at everything.
Oh, only kind of? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I know, kind of. Like, Doug Walker's doesn't suck at everything, but he kind of sucks.
He only mostly sucks, but it's fun for the memes. Yes. Now, as you were saying, the critics utterly suck.
Yeah, kind of like Osiris.
Look, there's a yeah. Go on.
Do you remember what Osiris, all the stupid shit he used to say?
All the petty stuff. Yes, I remember it so well. You did everything I asked you to do, but you didn't do it the way I wanted you to do it, so you suck.
Exactly. I mean, he used to criticize the stuff I did all the time, but he would never actually tell me what I could do to make it right.
Yeah. I'll criticize your writing all day long, but I'm not gonna do anything. But I'm not gonna do anything better about it. Like, I'm not gonna show you how to properly do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you the way I want it done. You just gotta figure that part out. I'm just gonna tell you that your current stuff sucks.
I'm gonna let you write my character's backstory for me. Oh wait, no, that one was me.
Okay, in fairness, Borin was already kind of set up as a hilarious character.
Yes, but that's another thing entirely.
And additionally, I did consider making Dan the main protagonist of that whole series, but that felt like it was too self-centered,
yes.
And two, I don't really like being the good guy.
We can tell, given that you're every villain ever, but
yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the thing I wanted to talk about. And here's my boy Spark.
Yes, don't worry, guys. This is not a secret racing game in disguise.
Although the guy who created it, Lake Feppard, actually, from what I heard, he actually created that entire section, the car sections, with the purpose of making a racing game.
Oh, it makes sense. Show off that you can do it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I don't think he can yet.
No, unfortunately, I don't think so.
What emphasis on yet? Big emphasis on yet. All that really needs to happen is a few tweaks with his steering.
Yeah.
But back onto the subject of villains, I think there's quite a few different villains that can be done well. In my personal opinion, there's 3 actually good types of villains. I call them good villains, bad villains, and utterly chaotic villains.
Okay.
Basically, a good villain is a hero that's misguided. Kind of like Thanos.
The hero of someone else's story.
Well, I guess no, hero of their own story. They are technically their own protagonist.
But we're all the heroes of our own stories.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I bring it back to Thanos. He believed he was doing the right thing.
He was just terribly wrong.
Yeah, he was wrong. I mean, one thing to note about Thanos is that he was basing his whole half of all universe thing off of his own species, and his own species lived for, I believe, thousands of years.
Yes. And ate up all their resources, I think.
Yeah, because they just didn't die.
Why won't you die?
Because it's in our species to not die.
Where did you even get that from? Was it in the movie, or was it some behind the scenes fact? I don't remember that being stated, but I don't remember a lot.
Wait, why won't you die?
No, the backstory of Thanos and his people living for thousands of years and all that.
Oh, I could have sworn it was in the comics, maybe.
Maybe. Well, then again, where's Lady Death?
Yeah. You know, that's the thing. The comics Thanos was more on the chaotic side of villainy. Actually, no.
He did all
No,
this
actually,
to try to get laid.
no. Actually, you know what? He was actually kind of a bad villain. He was like, and when I say bad, I don't mean written poorly. What I mean is that they are actually a bad person.
Yes, you know, a villain.
Right. But there's a thing about those that people seem to always mess up whenever they write. Well, not always, but quite often that I see is that when they write a bad villain, they try to empathize that they try to make that villain empathetic, even though they're not really supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like an empathetic villain would be the Thanos from the movies. A non-empathetic villain would be the one from the comics.
I see.
See, he's doing it for entirely selfish reasons, and it's not just like selfish reasons is the main focus here. But I think the main takeaway is if you ever done psychology, there's people called narcissists.
Yes, I recall.
And basically those people will disguise them, like they will view themselves as the hero of their own story, but in a warped way that doesn't actually, it's not actually, they're not good.
No.
They just believe that they're good. There's nothing redeemable about them. Kind of like all that matters to them is the perception that they're good.
Yes.
Now, the comic book Thanos did it a little bit better in that they made him more like a simp.
Mm-hmm.
And thus, they kind of bypassed that.
Yes.
So I guess, so it's not quite the same. But I guess a really great example of this would be mine from Rising of the Shield Hero.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the bitch.
Right. That is technically literally her name now.
Yes.
I'm going to let this play out. I'm not really going to read over it. But essentially, if you notice the way that she talks, she only really seems to care about how other people view her.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't really seem to actually... Like, the Shield Hero is something of an afterthought, and it just feels like he is something that she can use to make herself look better to everybody else. By pushing him down, she pushes herself up.
Yep, and that's basically how we're introduced to her as.
Yeah, in a sense. I know a lot of people don't really like that writing of a character, but personally, I'm kind of iffy about it. I mean, a narcissistic character, a narcissistic villain, is one that's so hard to write, as I can definitely attribute, because I mean, I don't think any of my villains are narcissistic that I've written. I think I've written, like 7 different ones?
Yeah.
Let me see, which...
Well, you're not a narcissist, so it's kind of hard for you to get in the head of a narcissist.
Well, no, I mean... I think we all have narcissistic tendencies.
Yes, but we all have optimistic tendencies and whatnot.
Well, you say optimistic like a pessimist, or
no?
I'm confused what you mean by that.
Optimist is in looking on the bright side.
Right, but
I don't know.
I'm a little confused with what you mean by that.
We all have narcissistic sides, doesn't make us a narcissist, just like having optimistic sides doesn't make you an optimist automatically.
Oh, I see. I'm only stopping here because I really love this line. I hate that faker!
Stole my looks.
Yeah, it's totally not a Sonic ripoff, but okay, let's be real. Spark is not a Sonic ripoff. No. He is his own IP.
It was just heavily inspired from it.
Just heavily inspired, which there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think it is difficult to write something that you're not, especially when with me, whenever I write a villain, or as opposed to a hero, I typically see myself as said villain.
Which is why you try to destroy the world as much as possible.
Listen, there's a perfectly logical explanation as to why I want to destroy all life in the universe.
Go on.
It's just really complicated.
It's not that, it's not that complicated. You just look at the news report and be like, you know what? Fuck humanity.
I mean, spend an hour in traffic and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about.
I would rather spend an hour in traffic than 5 minutes on Twitter.
I mean, if we're being fair, yeah,
Even,
that is
even
100%.
post Elon. Although post Elon, you might actually be able to make the 5 minutes.
Yeah, you might be able to spend it just because you see everyone freaking out over like just the dumbest stuff. Kind of reminds me of early Twitter when everyone was just freaking out.
Oop. Yep. Early Twitter when everyone was freaking out. Okay, yeah.
You know, here's something that Sonic can't do.
Air dash.
Can't do a spin dash in the air.
Nobody can air dash. Shut up.
But that's okay. But he can't stop midair.
No, he can't. Unless you consider, except he can in Frontiers with the counters.
Okay, but in fairness, this came out first.
Yes, I will grant you that one. Counters in Frontiers are so fucking broken. I stay in the air for like 8 seconds straight. Those jump rope challenges are nothing. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You played Frontiers recently, didn't you?
Yes, I've gone up to the World with the Night boss, and then I hit a snag because it's like, please now jump over this 30-story crevice. It's like, I can't.
Have you considered doing the drop dash, or no, not the drop dash, the bounce? Because they brought that back.
I can't. The gap is too big. I need to use a rail, but I gotta find the rail first. It's the size of the Grand Canyon.
Just do the infinite air dash glitch.
I didn't. No, that's like using the infinite jump in Sonic Boom.
No, it's not. It actually requires skill.
Well, I don't have skill.
Well, then you're screwed, man.
Exactly. Anyway.
You know what? Eggman's a perfect example of an empathetic villain, a good villain. Like he feels like a good guy half the time.
Sometimes.
I mean, if we're being real, at least he. Okay, actually, you know what? Actually, you know what? He is a chaotic villain that turned into a good villain. And I forgot to mention the third one, chaotic villain. And that's like the old Disney style of villain, like I guess Maleficent or something. They're just evil for the sake of being evil, but they love being evil.
Which is fun in its own right.
True.
Now you face me, O Prince, and all the powers of hell.
Wait, what's that from?
Maleficent.
Oh. Well, now I just feel like an idiot.
Anyway.
But if you ever actually look at it, a lot of the older Disney villains were just evil for the sake of being evil.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because...
It's better than the twist villains we got now.
Yeah. At least it made sense back then.
Yes.
Like, they were just evil because it's just so fun to be evil.
Which it is, to be fair.
And they enjoy every second of it.
Yes.
Now, that thing can't really work outside of in a mature sort of media, and that's the problem with, I think, most of the at least Disney probably realized that it can't really work in a live action setting with mature audience targets.
Which is another reason why either live action was a bad idea, but that's not the topic.
Right. The topic is villains, and I think if you are going to have a pure diabolical villain, then you can't really try to make them like add logic to it. You can't do that.
True. Your greatest enemy in that regard would be logic, ironically.
Yeah, I mean, what's the logic behind I don't know, Jafar being so terrible? Where's his justification?
He wants to be Sultan.
Yeah. But why? It makes no sense. Why would someone want to do something so evil?
Why would someone want to be the king? I don't know. Why did Scar?
Yeah, exactly. It's just I mean, to be fair, that is a good point. But in other fairness, yeah, it's not like, you know, it is something slightly relatable. But let's be fair, no one would do that normally, and no normal person would do that.
No, they wouldn't. No, I don't think in that regard. Although they might try to get an all-powerful genie, all the same.
Yeah, I think anybody would want a genie.
Yes.
But if
give me 3 wishes, take all my problems away, please.
You know, Aladdin really could have just gotten. He could have gotten away with it if he just did one thing, basically. Give me a sec.
Give the lamp to Jasmine.
No. Actually, you know what? Aladdin technically could have gotten whatever he wanted if he just asked for SCP-4001.
Oh God! Why the red room?
Wait, is that what it is? No, that's
That's 3001.
I think it's 3999, isn't it?
Or 3001. It's okay. I think of the wrong thing. Okay, what's 4001?
It's Alexandria Eternal.
Oh, the library. Oh.
Yeah, it's a library full of books that whatever you write in it about yourself becomes true.
I am God. Oh.
I am a prince.
And it still only gives you the appearance of the prince. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, so did the genie, if we're being fair.
I can't. Yeah. Wait.
I said, so did the genie, if we're being fair.
I know. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh.
Oh look, homing attack chains.
You know what? That makes me feel a little bit sad. Robin Williams is dead still.
Yeah, he's not. Yes, Ace, he is still dead. Unfortunately, we haven't found the edit undo button on life yet.
I mean, I thought we did with Walt Disney.
Just remind of a freaking.
Isn't his head frozen somewhere?
Yeah, probably, that's the theory. I just remind of a Lewis Black quote: "The good die young, but pricks live forever."
That is so true.
Yes.
They really. That is. Oh, gosh, that's depressing.